Beyonce is supposed to hang out with billionaires. I repeat, Beyonce is supposed to hang out with billionaires. Beyonce going to the Jared and Ivanka Kushner event, that's very on brand. Billionaires, no matter their political alliances, no matter what other differences they may have, they tend to hang out with one another. She is a part of the global elite, and that's where she belongs, and it's okay.
People will always find the subject of peership, currency, and proximity. 9 times out of 10, people will always find those subjects offensive because it's a reminder to all humans that, yeah, there are separations. People are different. People can pick and choose who to align themselves with based on where they are in life. And that's just what it is. And I think that a lot of people, especially with Beyonce, the archetype, I'm going to talk about her archetype in the Bronze Babe Survival Tribe. Beyonce is a Black woman that fits in a very specific archetype. There's not many that fit in her archetype. Well, they are. They probably just aren't millionaires or billionaires, but they are. And her archetype, take away everything. If Beyonce was not a Black woman, I don't think that people would feel so bothered by her privacy and feel so bothered by her being picky and choosy. There's a lot of misogynoir there. At the end of the day, this woman is part of the elite. So there's no reason why someone should feel like she should be hanging out with other people that are outside of that. The same thing with Meghan Markle. You know, people have a problem with Meghan Markle having these specific friends because it's like, she is married to a prince. You do know that, right? Like, she's not going to be hanging out. Like, she's going to hang around people who are her peers. But a lot of people don't like this conversation, especially when a woman is involved. Let's get into it. Beyonce is hanging around her peers, okay? People in high society understand peership. People in high society understand currency. People in high society understand proximity. People who want to get into high society, who want to increase their life, who want to protect their livelihood. Okay, insert what happened with Selena. People who want to protect their life understand peership, proximity, currency. They are well educated on it, and they make sure they apply it in every area of their life. Now, as much as people may have these parasocial relationships with Beyonce, Beyonce is worth almost $950 million. And her husband is worth $2 billion. And it's not even about money. It's about the fact that why would you think that these people would be hanging out anywhere with anyone? What would make you think that they would just connect themselves and align themselves to anybody? Oh, I know. It's because people who are not where they are want to be connected to them, to leech off of them and to capitalize on them, right? But that's just not how it works. Not in that world, not in their type of society. They don't run like that. And I think a lot of it is misogynoir as well. I think that, especially because she's a Black woman, people want Beyonce to be accessible because she's Black. If Beyonce, I hate to say it, if Beyonce was a white woman that was private and minded her business, nobody would be angry at the fact that she's private. It's because Black women, no matter where they get to in life, you are supposed to be accessible by people no matter what. That's just the invisible rule. And the fact that she doesn't allow that, and she runs in specific circles for her safety. Remember, it's not just about money. For her safety, people find an offense to that. Another controversial topic, my favorite, my specialty. Today, I'm going to talk again about peership. Okay, it's just, why is peership important? Why do you need to know who your peers are? Why do you need to make sure that you're frequenting in places and circles with your peers? Why is that important? Because it's for safety. Okay, I talk about this with people who run in certain circles, who have certain accomplishments, who own certain companies. They are very cautious to not align themselves with people who are not their peers. The main reason, number one, is for safety, for physical safety. Humans are humans. So a lot of times, if a human is aligned with someone who's accomplished a whole lot, they make it dangerous. Okay, they make it dangerous. That's the reality in many ways, whether it's to your reputation, physically dangerous, whatever the case may be. And then peership is important because you don't want to be around anybody who's leeching on you or who's trying to use you as a stepping stool. No. You don't have time for that because all your moves have to make sense. All your connections have to make sense, correct? You don't have time for that. So I was shocked that people found Beyonce is going to be the subject matter in regards to this conversation. I was shocked that people found Beyonce going to that dinner or being across Ivanka or going to these certain parties. Even Meghan Markle, they were shocked that she was at the Kris Jenner party. And I'm like, you guys don't understand peership. You're shocked because you don't understand peership, because you've created a parasocial bond with these people. You don't understand that they're going to keep running in the same circles. It's a form of protection. Okay, let's get into it.
If you don't resonate or align with my teachings, then my content is not for you. Avoid commenting, subscribing, or interacting. Instead, go to a page where you resonate. If you comment something foul, disrespectful, or like something foul or disrespectful, you will be blocked. I will also block you if you comment any contradictory to my message. I don't post for your agreement, so please think about that before you run and comment, I don't agree. Think about that. It doesn't matter. I post what I am led to post. Your agreement or okay was never needed. I don't need your permission. Let's get into it.
It's just very funny to me how, and I thank you for that content creator. She really did an amazing job, because I think that there's a part of people's psyche, there's a part of people's minds, there's a part of people's brains that simply don't want to accept the fact that a woman can be a triple threat and only hang around people that align with her. And the elephant in the room, if I'm being 100% honest, the elephant in the room is that Beyonce is black. She's a black woman who checks off all the boxes. Therefore, people feel like she should be open to everyone. This is something that beautiful black women who are beautiful, accomplished, well-established, you're going to deal with this a lot, where people think that because you're black, you're some type of open door. You're some type of, no, you're actually supposed to be a gated community because of the category that you fall into. So Beyonce is not a peer of many people. She has a very small percentage of people that is her peers. And I think that people, because she's black, they don't feel like she should be that way. They feel like she should be open to everyone, frequenting whatever place, and just getting in where she fits. No, this woman fits in a specific category. But the problem is humans don't like peership. People don't like the conversation of peers. Why? Because people are, I hate to say it, people don't understand that there's levels in life. People don't like that subject, especially when it's a woman. People always want women to be easily accessible no matter what category they're in. And when you're a black woman especially, people want you to diminish yourself. Like, I've had scenarios with certain people where I'm like, I know if I wasn't a black woman, you would never feel comfortable enough to be calling me that many times in a day. You would not feel comfortable to text me if it's not about business. You would not. But when you're a black woman, especially when you fit in a specific archetype, people feel like the fact that you're black, that's their ticket to invade your space. The fact that you're black, that's their ticket to rub shoulders with you. And it's really not. And I do like the fact that Beyonce stands firm on the circles and the social spaces that she frequents to ensure that she's with her peers. And therefore, because she's with her peers, she's going to get certain experiences as a result of that. People need to understand peership, so these conversations are not like some big shocker to a lot of people. And you have to understand where you fit in. To those of you guys who are listening to me, and yes, you can always increase your value. Absolutely. In life, we can keep increasing our value. And as your value increases, your peers will change. As you increase and further and progress your value, your innate and external value, Your peers will change. Absolutely. The higher you go up, you got to align yourself with people who are also up there, because if not, people are going to pull you down by your ankles. Humans cannot handle what has surpassed them. Most of them cannot. They got to pull you back in, reel you back in, pull you by your ankles. That's why you got to divest from certain families. You got to divest from certain friend groups when they're doing the same bad behavior, when they're not getting anywhere, when they're not moving forward, when they're staying in the same place, when they are intentionally continuing with their bad behaviors. You have to get away from them because they're holding you back. And the fact that you've progressed, you and them are no longer peers. You no longer have anything in common. And you have to be able to look at someone and tell if that person is your peer or not. If they're not your peer, why are you aligning with them? There's a 95% chance they're going to destroy. Yes, there's a 95% chance they're going to destroy your reputation, your business. They're going to do something, because humans by nature cannot align in close proximity with people who are not their peers. They get destructive. Most, not all, but they will get destructive. When you are a triple threat, people are automatically going to categorize themselves as your peer. Why? Because they want that proximity to you. So they're going to mentally categorize themselves as your peer, even though they're not, because they want proximity to you. That's one. When you are a woman who is a triple threat, people want you to be relatable. Okay? Even though you've done the work to not be as relatable because of your accomplishments, people want you to abandon that so you can be relatable to them. And lastly, if you are a triple threat and you're a woman, people are going to create an invisible set of rules for you, okay? That's why women who are triple threats, who live life and they follow their own rules and they tell people there's the door if they have a problem with it, those women are labeled as what? Evil, demonic, witch, Jezebel, all these names, because that woman who is a triple threat is rejecting access, revoking proximity, revoking currency misuse, and revoking access, and revoking misconstrued peership, right? So that woman is usually hated on the most. That is the issue that the world has with the archetype that Beyonce represents. She is not going to give you the access that you want. It's just not happening. And people take that in these extremely personal ways, because when you are a triple threat, people have a set of rules for you that they want you to follow. The first rule, when you're a triple threat, you have to be friends with everybody. Everybody is supposed to get access. When you're a woman who's a triple threat, beauty, brains, intelligence, spirituality, everything, everybody feels like they have the right to be accessed. They have the right to access you, right? They don't want you to have that wall up. They don't want you to, just like what my other commenter said, they don't want you to run your life like a gated community. They don't want you to reject them, revoke them, not engage in their one-sided connection with you. They don't want you to have any type of boundaries. I found it so odd when people were dragging Beyonce through the internet, specifically because of the circles that she was running in. Those are her peers. Those are her peers. Okay? She's not going to align herself with people who are not her peers, and neither should you. People are going to learn the hard way. Men and women are going to learn. When I come across those videos online, I'm like, these people are living in la la land. Because they believe that somebody who's almost worth $1 billion has that level of beauty and has worked the amount of years that this woman has worked and kept her head down and worked. People really put in their mind that she's supposed to run in circles with people who are not her peers. Aligning with people who are your peers that's what's going to protect you from danger. Okay? I talk about this when I talk about proximity and currency a lot. Humans by nature, okay, human nature, men and women will 85% of the time, they will destroy the person that is ahead of them. That is the nature of humans. It is recorded in the Bible. The only person really in the Bible that took people along with them to teach them new things that he already knew was Jesus. Outside of that, if you look at the recordings in the Bible of the murders that happened in the Bible, it was always 9 times out of 10, this person is next in line to be king. I got to get rid of them. This person has more favor with God, or this person has their presentation was more acceptable to God. I got to get rid of them. This person is next in line to take my spot. I got to get rid of them. Humans by nature are incapable, 85% of the time, they're incapable of aligning themselves with somebody that is ahead of them. They will destroy. Men and women will destroy. When you understand these rules of how harsh they sound, you are not going to align yourself with people who are not your peers. It's not going to happen because it's not safe, it's not wise, and it's not healthy. So I really think the issue here with people dragging Beyonce with the certain people that she hangs out with, it goes back to relatability, control, and the black girl experience, misogynoir. Okay, misogynoir. I'm going to talk about misogynoir for a second, and I'm going to talk about misogynoir a lot more in Bronze Babe Survivor Tribe. Why is it okay for non-black women at her level to hang around with certain groups, to run in certain packs, but when Beyonce does it, people are so offended by that, as if she's not supposed to be around those people. Those people are her peers. And when people complain about that, I see that it's not people's fault. Some people have never been exposed to high society, so they don't understand how the world runs, right? They think that no matter what level somebody is in life, you're just supposed to align and attach yourself to just anybody, and not knowing that you can lose your life that way. Okay, that's a very ignorant way to live. You align yourself with your peers, not fans, not a guy who has less than you. No. Okay, not a woman who cannot match your confidence levels. No, because why? It's gonna turn sour. You don't do that. And I feel like a lot of people take these concepts so personally because they now have to face the fact that as much as you admire somebody, if you're not their peer, you're not going to get in proximity to them. And that is how it should be. Work harder so you can become their peer. Work more. Make something out of yourself. I had to learn that lesson when I was working in my industry and I wanted to work with a particular woman. She told me, I'm sorry, I don't think that you've done enough in the industry for me to take you on, for me to bring you on my team. I can't bring you on my team. I couldn't take that personal because I wasn't their peers at that time in my industry. Not online, I'm talking about offline. I wasn't their peer. So I didn't take that rejection personal, rightly so. Rightly so. You're not going to have a group of people that all have worked on a certain level and all have accomplished a certain amount of reports and bring someone in that's only accomplished half. That's not how the world works. The problem is a lot of people have not understood these concepts. So as a result of that, they would see someone like her, Beyonce, at a specific level and be offended, angry, mad, and verbally shredding her because she's around running in certain circles. Those are her peers, my dear. Those are her peers. Those are her peers. And regardless of her being black, and the misogynoir, the black community has misogynoir as well. Yes, because a lot of the people complaining about her are the African Americans online. They want her where she's at to not align herself with the environments of people that are going to keep her the most safe. Okay? They don't, and that is her safety, those circles, by the way. Because when a black woman has it all, that is not, well, not has it all, but is at a certain, checks off certain boxes. That's not many people can digest that. It's very dangerous. When you are a black woman who's black, beautiful, accomplished, well-established, well-rounded, that is highly dangerous in this society as a black woman to be that way. That's why you have to move in a specific way. Meghan Markle moves in a specific way. She's not everywhere with everyone because she can't be because of the archetype. Her archetype does not allow her to be. Okay? You cannot be mad at, don't hate the player, hate the game. That's the game of life. When you are a black woman that fits certain archetypes, you cannot be around. There are certain areas you can't go to. There are certain places you can't go to because of what's going to happen to you if you do. My mother started to panic. They're like, we need to call 911. Something is wrong. Doctor told my mother, it looks like your baby may unfortunately be a victim of SIDS. God is full of surprises, but good surprises. Major encounter with God in my life. That was the Holy Spirit warning me and giving me signals about a warfare that was. He's never going to lead you in a path that is going to end in your demise. No way. It's important to keep pushing, keep praying, and keep believing, even when you don't see a way out. And because something is right with you, that's why you're getting attacked a lot. God speaks to us through people, through dreams, through scenarios, through feelings that we get, our discernment, showing up. You got to take God serious. You got to keep God at the center of your life at all times. I'm going to walk away from God because of these experiences that I've had.
You have to be willing to weaponize your masculinity as a woman. Masculinity is not bad. Masculine energy is not bad. I don't know why people keep saying that. Masculine energy is the ability to reach a goal. Masculinity is what? Goal-oriented, structurally, orderly, being able to show up on times, precision, logic, rationality. Nothing about that is bad. So with the October spooky season coming around and holiday season, make sure you guys are okay being the villain. Yes, villainhood is a real thing, and that's what this class is going to talk about. We are going to speak on the characteristic traits and approaches you have to take when you are no longer living your life to be accepted and validated by people while accepting their bad behavior. Sometimes being the protector in your book looks like being a villain in another person's book. It's all a psychological mind game. If you don't choose yourself, if you don't choose your happiness, if you are not unapologetically you and winning without feeling apologetic about it, guess what? People are going to view you as a villain. But if you already walk in villainhood, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is going to be a good class, especially in conjunction with weaponizing your masculinity. You have to get comfortable with being viewed as a villain. You need a strong mental mind to accept people villainizing you because you are being and doing your best.